Welcome. We are on day 177 of the chronological Bible in a year. Take a breath and take a moment to celebrate that you have set this time aside to hear God's word. Let's begin in Hosea 2, starting at verse 14. Therefore, behold, I am going to persuade her, bring her into the wilderness, and speak kindly to her. Then I will give her vineyards from there, and the valley of Achor as a door of hope. And she will respond there as in the days of her youth, as in the day when she went up from the land of Egypt. And it will come about on that day, declares the Lord, that you will call me my husband, and no longer call me my Baal. For I will remove the names of the Baals from her mouth, so that they will no longer be mentioned by their names. And on that day I will also make a covenant for them with the animals of the field, the birds of the sky, and the crawling things of the ground. And I will eliminate the bow, the sword, and war from the land, and will let them lie down in safety. I will betroth you to me forever. Yes, I will betroth you to me in righteousness and in justice, in favor and in compassion. And I will betroth you to me in faithfulness. Then you will know the Lord. And it will come about on that day that I will respond, declares the Lord. I will respond to the heavens, and they will respond to the earth. And the earth will respond to the grain, to the new wine, and to the oil, and they will respond to Jezreel. I will sow her for myself in the land. I will also have compassion on her who had not obtained compassion. And I will say to those who were not my people, you are my people. And they will say, you are my God. Then the Lord said to me, go again, love a woman who is loved by her husband, yet is committing adultery, as the Lord loves the sons of Israel, though they turn to other gods and love raisin cakes. So I purchased her for myself for 15 shekels of silver, and a homer and a lethech of barley. When I said to her, you shall live with me for many days. You shall not play the prostitute, nor shall you have another man. So I will also be toward you. For the sons of Israel will live for many days without a king or leader, without sacrifice or memorial stone, and without ephod or household idols. Afterward, the sons of Israel will return and seek the Lord their God and David their king, and they will come trembling to the Lord and to his goodness in the last days. Listen to the word of the Lord, you sons of Israel, because the Lord has a case against the inhabitants of the land, for there is no faithfulness, nor loyalty, nor knowledge of God in the land. There is oath-taking, denial, murder, stealing, and adultery. They employ violence so that bloodshed follows bloodshed. Therefore, the land mourns, and everyone who lives in it languishes, along with the animals of the field and the birds of the sky, and even the fish of the sea disappear. Yet no one, yet let no one find fault, and let no one rebuke. For your people are like those who contend with the priest. So you will stumble by day, and the prophet also will stumble with you by night, and I will destroy your mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, since you have rejected knowledge. I will also reject you from being my priest, since you have forgotten the law of your God. I will also forget your children. The more they multiplied, the more they sinned against me. I will change their glory into shame. They feed on the sin of my people and long for their wrongdoing. And it will be, like people, like priests. So I will punish them for their ways and repay them for their deeds. They will eat, but not have enough. They will play the prostitute, but not increase, because they gave up devoting themselves to the Lord. Infidelity, wine, and new wine take away the understanding. My people consult their wooden idol, and their diviner's wands informs them. For a spirit of infidelity has led them astray, and they have been unfaithful, departing from their God. They offer sacrifices on the tops of mountains and burn incense on the hills, under oak, poplar, and terebinth, because their shade is pleasant. Therefore, your daughters play the prostitute, and your brides commit adultery. I will not punish your daughters when they play the prostitute, or your brides when they commit adultery, because the men themselves slip away with the prostitutes and offer sacrifices with temple prostitutes. So the people without understanding are ruined. Though you, Israel, play the prostitute, Judah must not become guilty. Also, you are not to go to Gilgal, nor up to Beth Aven, and take the oath, as the Lord lives. So Israel is stubborn like a stubborn cow. Will the Lord now pasture them like the lamb in a large field? Ephraim is allied with idols. Leave him alone. Their liquor is gone. They prostitute themselves continually. Their rulers dearly love shame. The wind wraps them in its wings, and they will be put to shame because of their sacrifices. Hear this, you priests. Pay attention, house of Israel. Listen, you of the house of the king, for the judgment applies to you, because you have been a trap at Mizpah and a net out of Tabor. And the rebels have gone deep in depravity, but I will discipline all of them. I know Ephraim and Israel is not hidden from me, because now, Ephraim, you have been unfaithful. Israel has defied itself. Their deeds will not allow them to return to their God, for a spirit of infidelity is within them, and they do not know the Lord. Moreover, the pride of Israel testifies against him, and Israel and Ephraim stumble in their wrongdoing. Judah also has stumbled with them. They will go with their flocks and herds to seek the Lord, but they will not find him. He has withdrawn from them. They have dealt treacherously with the Lord, for they have given birth to illegitimate children. Now the new moon will devour them with their land. Blow the horn of Gibeah and the trumpet in Ramah. Sound an alarm in Beth Aven. Behind you, Benjamin. Ephraim will become a desolation in the day of rebuke. Among the tribes of Israel, I make known what is trustworthy. The leaders of Judah have become like those who displace a boundary marker. On them I will pour out my anger like water. Ephraim is oppressed, broken by judgment, because he was determined to follow man's command. Therefore, I am like a moth to Ephraim, and like rottenness to the house of Judah. When Ephraim saw his sickness, and Judah his sore, Ephraim went to Assyria and sent word to King Jareb, but he is unable to heal you or to cure you of your sore. For I will be like a lion to Ephraim, and like a young lion to the house of Judah. I, yes, I, will tear to pieces and go away. I will carry away, and there will be no one to rescue. I will go away and return to my place until they acknowledge their guilt and seek my face. In their distress, they will search for me. Come, let's return to the Lord, for he has torn us, but he will heal us. He has wounded us, but he will bandage us. He will revive us after 2 days. He will raise us up on the third day, that we may live before him. So let's learn. Let's press on to know the Lord. His appearance is as sure as the dawn. He will come to us like rain, as the spring rain waters the earth. What shall I do with you, Ephraim? And what shall I do with you, Judah? For your loyalty is like a morning cloud, and like dew which goes away early. Therefore, I have cut them in pieces by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and the judgments on you are like the light that shines. For I desire loyalty rather than sacrifice, and the knowledge of God rather than burnt offerings. But like Adam, they have violated the covenant. There they have dealt treacherously with me. Gilead is a city of wrongdoers, tracked with bloody footprints. And as a band of robbers lie in wait for a person, so a band of priests murder on the way to Shechem. Certainly they have committed an act of infamy. In the house of Israel, I have seen a horrible thing. Ephraim's infidelity is there. Israel has defiled itself. Also, Judah, there is a harvest appointed to you when I restore the fortunes of my people. When I would heal Israel, the wrongdoing of Ephraim is uncovered, and the evil deeds of Samaria, for they practice deception. The thief enters, a band of robbers attack outside, and they do not consider their hearts, that I remember all their wickedness. Now their deeds surround them, they are before my face. With their wickedness they make the king happy, and the officials with all their lies. They are adulterers, like an oven heated by the baker, who stops stoking the fire from the time the dough is kneaded until it is leavened. On the day of our king, the officials became sick with the heat of wine. He stretched out his hand with scoffers, for their hearts are like an oven, and they approach their plotting. Their anger smolders all night. In the morning, it burns like a flaming fire. All of them are hot like an oven, and they consume their rulers. All their kings have fallen. None of them calls on me. Ephraim is himself thrown about with the nations. Ephraim has become a round loaf, not turned over. Strangers devour his strength, yet he does not know it. Gray hairs are also sprinkled on him, yet he does not know it. Though the pride of Israel testifies against him, yet they have not returned to the Lord their God, nor have they sought him despite all this. So Ephraim has become like a gullible dove without sense. They call to Egypt, they go to Assyria. When they go, I will spread my net over them. I will bring them down like the birds of the sky. I will discipline them in accordance with the proclamation of their assembly. Woe to them, for they have strayed from me. Destruction is theirs, for they have rebelled against me. I would redeem them, but they have spoken lies against me. And they do not cry to me from their heart when they wail on their beds. For the sake of grain and new wine, they assemble themselves. They turn against me. Although I trained and strengthened their arms, yet they devise evil against me. They turn, but not upward. They are like a loose bow. Their officials will fall by the sword because of the insolence of their tongue. This will be the derision in the land of Egypt. Put the trumpet to your lips. Like an eagle, the enemy comes against the house of the Lord, because they violated my covenant and rebelled against my law. They cry out to me, my God, we of Israel know you. Israel has rejected the good. The enemy will pursue him. They have set up kings, but not by me. They have appointed officials, but I did not know it. With their silver and gold, they have made idols for themselves, so that they will be eliminated. He has rejected your calf, Samaria, saying, my anger burns against them. How long will they be incapable of innocence? For from Israel comes even this. A craftsman made it, so it is not for God. Assuredly, the calf of Samaria will be broken to pieces, for they sow wind and they harvest a storm. The standing grain has no kernels, it yields no grain. If it were to yield, strangers would swallow it. Israel has been swallowed up. They are now among the nations like a vessel in which no one delights. for they have gone up to Assyria like a wild donkey, all alone. Ephraim has paid fees for lovers. Even though they pay for allies among the nations, I will gather them up now, and they will begin to diminish because of the burden of the king of officials. Since Ephraim has multiplied altars for sin, they have become altars of sinning for him. Though I wrote for him 10,000 precepts of my law, they are regarded as a strange thing. As for my sacrificial gifts, they sacrifice the flesh and eat it, but the Lord has taken no delight in them. Now he will remember their guilt and punish them for their sins. They will return to Egypt, for Israel has forgotten his maker and built palaces, and Judah has multiplied fortified cities. But I will send a fire on its cities, and it will consume its palatial buildings. Thank you for listening. I pray that the seed of God's word will be planted in your heart and will continue to grow.